Okay, so this is it. This is 0 day. We've officially hit the point where this set is no longer a conspiracy rumor, and it's been over a week since its release. What can we learn from this set? Well, I'll tell you now that a lot of people are not happy with the fact that Rex was plucked straight out of the Venator and placed into a much cheaper set.
My family was hit hard by 2008. If I wanted Lego, I had to work damn hard. I know that not everyone can afford the $800 sets. That's why they're collector sets. They're top tier, including the figs. I don't want to display or be proud of a $5 figure. It's worthless. It's fun to collect the $300 figs. UCS figs are part of the collector status. Lego is genuinely curb-stomping longtime Star Wars fans who've been here since the beginning. The figure included in a collector's edition set should not be in a microfighter.
Man, I'm not sure if I spread it through an Instagram post or if r/Lego Circle Jerk did it first, but I swear everyone's been reciting this like a copy pasta ever since the inception of that unfortunate story post from the poor soul who didn't have enough self-awareness to realize that what they said was extremely entitled. Well, that's a way to start a video. This is 75391, Captain Rex's Y-Wing. Yes, this is the Lego set of the year, I think. It's managed to incite so much drama in the community by simply knocking down that pay barrier from $650 all the way down to just $13. Now, I know the title of the thumbnail makes it seem like I'm against this set. I'm actually not. If anyone tries to convince you that making an expensive product more readily available and accessible to the average consumer is a bad thing, they don't have your best interests in mind. I loved watching the entire market for this figure completely collapse upon itself once people realized that Lego was releasing Captain Rex in a much cheaper set. Now, I know for sure that the Mexico factory resellers got the last laugh selling this figure from $60 to $70 on its own before the microfighter was confirmed at the time, but I luckily never gave into this and was hoping for the market to stabilize on this figure. Well, it did more than just stabilize. It collapsed the entire market for this figure. Now it's really just an insane mental gymnastic battle against the people who thought it was a good idea to spend $650 on a UCS set only for the Captain Rex minifigure. Now if you're a well-adjusted person, you'd have spent that amount for the entirety of the set because you wanted the build, the main reason why you should purchase a UCS set. I also want to mention that I feel like people are ending up on the wrong side of history with this one because they aren't thinking about anyone but themselves. There are people out there who live in other regions outside of North America and Europe who get really unbalanced pricing. This is especially true for South America, where sets run for an extra 20 to 30% on top of their original price because there is no retail price control for Lego in their region. There's also children who like Lego that wouldn't normally be able to access a highly popular character like Captain Rex in a very large and expensive UCS set. I mean, think back to when you were a kid. Chances are this hobby has carried over for you like it did for me. Wouldn't you want more people in a younger generation to experience the same memories you are now? These kids are going to grow up with the same kind of memories that made my childhood with the Clone Wars era of sets and other original themes like Power Miners. I know it can be pretty easy to get caught up in value and worth when it comes to Lego, but at the end of the day, it's really a children's toy more than an adult collector's hobby. I don't understand the elitism and commodification of Lego. I've been in this hobby for so long that it feels like this level of brain rot only really started around 2020 when Lego started having supply chain issues due to world events and also the amount of new people entering the hobby at a rapid pace. They couldn't keep up with production. But with the amount of new people that come in, other less innocent people like grifters and scalpers started to take advantage of these inexperienced people who entered into the hobby recently. I've said this before, but exclusivity has never been promised, and you should always remain under the assumption that Lego will re-release a figure again. I don't need to make a 12-minute long video to tell you that this set is awesome. Yeah, the microfighter isn't anything special, but it all revolves around the story of this figure and the shockwaves it's made around the community. I think in a way, it feels weird to look back on the Lego community pre-2020 because the sentiment of elitism, the scalping issues, and the aftermarket price hikes of Lego wasn't really a thing before then. A lot of things changed for us to get to the point we are at now. In a way, the release of this microfighter feels like a rebellion on LEGO's end to remind people that LEGO still retains its spirit that their product is for the average person, and not just for hobby elitists who have the time of day and resources to acquire expensive sets. Okay, I've spoken my piece enough on this. That's all I have for now. I'll see you guys in the next video.